They all say it isn't possible to have a no-fuss turnkey bathroom renovation. Bathrooms by Design are the secret. Complete turnkey bathrooms from design to completion. All their own trades, all the big brands, and just look at these showrooms. So while you're flat out with all things life, Bathrooms by Design deliver perfection. Bathrooms by Design, complete turnkey bathrooms without the fuss. Bathrooms by Design. Give them a call.
Welcome, guys. This is the very first episode of our podcast. We're calling it the Bathroom Pod. Funny enough, bit of a play on words. I'm down here with my brother Luke. He's one of the co-owners of Bathrooms by Design. We're down at our Westlake showroom. And what we want to do is sort of be really, I guess, Luke, one of the questions is people are going to say, why are these two blokes doing a bathroom podcast? No one's doing them. All these influencers, sports people, funny guys, movie stars on TV. What's the relevance of it? Well, the relevance for us is probably really what we said before, wasn't it? We want to be industry leaders. We want to be first in the space.
Yeah.
We really just want our clients to get to know us on a totally different level, don't we?
Yeah, having a bit of fun with it too, I think,
Yeah.
is one of the most important things.
And I guess what can people expect? We're going to get in some suppliers. We're going to do some cool interviews with staff.
Yeah, they'll get to meet the staff.
Meet the team.
Meet everyone from warehouse to managers to owners.
Yeah, we're going to learn a little bit about me, my story, Luke's story, and probably that's what today is, episode 1.
Yeah.
We've got some cool stuff coming up, though, haven't we? Today we've got a massive interview with Graham, one of our main suppliers from Nero Tapware. So that's going to be good, guys. So stay tuned to that part. That's coming up, I think, next, segment 2.
Yeah, meeting the manager as well from Westlakes. Damo's jumping on board as well.
Damon.
Yeah, he's coming on to say g'day.
Man, yeah, we've got him on. We're going to ask him about the process. We're going to talk to him about managing. We're going to talk to him about what it's like working for us.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off, guys. Well, first of all, I want to introduce you. You're my brother. You're the man.
Yeah, well.
I'm actually the man, but he's the next man down, really. And a lot of you probably know Bathrooms by Design has started with me, which it absolutely did. But
Well, you're sort of the founder of the company,
founder,
aren't you, really?
But I want to sort of promote you in your role. So why don't you tell everybody what your role in this is now?
Yeah, well,
You're
sort
a
of.
massive part of it now.
Yeah, well.
You're on the podcast.
I sort of got involved at the start of the year, middle of last year, really. You know, Heath obviously founded Bathrooms by Design, and he gave me an opportunity, probably 8 to 10 years ago now with the very first store, Lonsdale. And
you told me it wouldn't work.
I sort of said, you're crazy.
I just want to throw that on the record.
I'll have to admit that. I did think it was going to be an epic fail. And
well, I went to you, didn't I? And I said, we're going to be the first in the space. We're going to do a design, manage,
you said,
bathroom package.
Let's do this together and, you know, chuck some money in and, you know, we've just got this commercial premises and we're going to deck it out. And I sort of said, no way, you got rocks in your head, mate. This is never going to work.
You said you can't compete with the big boys.
I said, how are you ever going to compete with Bunnings, Beaumont Tiles?
We don't use those words.
All of those sorts of other big players in the space, you know. But look, hats off to you, mate. You've done an exceptional job out of it. You know, you've lasted 10 years in this industry and, you know, now this is our 3rd showroom. Well, and then cut, you know, fast forward 10 years. Obviously, I'm a builder by trade.
What's your background? I mean, people want to know what you do. They don't just want to know you're a bloke.
No, exactly. No, 100%. This is all new to me. I'm just a typical tradie. You know, I was a carpenter, done my apprenticeship. Then sort of went and did some extra further studies and become a builder. Got my general builder's license. Did that for 15 years, you know, and late last year my back failed. And, you know, it was, I think it was a matter of time. Obviously working pretty hard for a long period of time. You know, the body sort of takes its toll in the sort of trade game. And, yeah, the back failed and then had to have some surgeries on that. And then you sort of came to me and said, look, man, I'm going to do another store. How about you jump on board? And, threw me a bit of a lifeline. And, I appreciate that and forever in debt for you. And here we are. Like, I jumped on board and was like, you know what, I've sort of missed the opportunity 10 years ago. So why not do it now?
Yep.
And it got me off the tools and into this new role. And yeah, I'm learning it every day.
That's something I want people to know about. Obviously, the jump between being a tradie on site, sole trader, running a small business, to ultimately being a business owner, managing staff, managing budgets, managing finances, and really trying to grow a business.
I think it's basically like you're learning from the start again.
Right.
You can do because I think most tradies are good at being a tradie.
I've always said this to you.
They're good at being the hands-on person.
Big jump between being good on the tools.
At the worst case, they've got to go home and fill out a couple of invoices each week. And that's it. And you switch off. Come 3:30, that's it. You don't, you're not really thinking, of meeting a budget each month or paying rent on
managing
a commercial
staff.
building, so there's a lot more involved in this side of it. And that's something that I'm learning every single day.
Yeah. Well, that's something I can sort of help you with as well. But I mean, we're doing it and we're doing it together, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
100%.
So what's the plan for Luke? What's the plan? What's the little growth strategy? I mean, we're talking, we've got West Lakes together now.
Yeah.
We've got Lonsdale.
The plan,
we've got Clovelly, Parafield, we're thinking, aren't we?
Just to keep moving forward, there's 3 stores of, our brand, Bathrooms by Design, out there now in Adelaide. And, I think we need to grow it to, 10 would be amazing. But the sky's the limit, right? So I just think each year try to keep expanding the company and the brand and the name and, finding new locations and going again, repeating what, we've done.
Have you got anything for me, mate? Do you want to know a little bit about me?
Well, yeah, I think the viewers obviously want to know.
What do you want to know? Ask
you,
away, mate. You know what I'm like. I'm an open book, and I said I was going to sign on for this podcast thing and just be myself.
Yeah.
And that was it. I wasn't going to change from it. I wanted clients, existing clients, new clients, viewers, anybody tuning in to know exactly who we are.
Well, look, I think I touched base on,
Let's stay organic, mate.
I touched base on the Lonsdale, sort of where it started 10 years ago, but obviously there's a lot more to it than just that, right? So Heath, you obviously, I know a lot about yourself being your brother and your background and stuff, but I mean, the viewers know absolutely nothing really. So, I mean, I think let's sort of talk about how things started from you and where it started and, what did you actually start off?
Well, I'm a tiler. Like you said, you're a carpenter. Ultimately, I'm a tiler. Just a bloke. As you know, we worked for Dad back in the day. I used to work for my father. Used to jump in his little Mitsubishi work van and watch him quote bathroom renovations. And that evolved till I was about 18. I was heavily influenced into, probably because I'm a motivated sort of guy, to start my own business. So that's what I did. 18, started a little tiling business in a van, driving around quoting jobs. And over the years, that grew and grew and grew, until the point where, getting to the first shop sort of stage was, I went into a lady's home one night, quoting her bathroom, and she said, "Where do I purchase my products from?" And that was the light bulb moment, really, for Bathrooms by Design, because I thought, why am I not selling her the product? I'm in here selling her
the labor,
something you can't see. You can't touch labor. You can't feel labor. You just trust that somebody's going to give you a price and do a good job. So it went off in my head, honestly, Luke, and I thought, shit, I might as well sell her the gear.
Yeah.
So I went on the hunt for a building ultimately then, and I was married back then, and I went home to Grace, and I spoke to you and I spoke to Mum and Dad, and I said, I'm going to start a bathroom shop. And you were right. You said it before. Everybody ultimately laughed.
We doubted. We did.
I remember driving down the road and everybody said no. Even my own wife said, no, this is never going to work. And I went against everybody, leased the building, went balls to the wall, rang up a load of suppliers. Some said yes, some said no. Some of the guys we're going to interview through this series you're going to meet were foundation level suppliers that started with me and took a chance.
And they've stuck by.
And stuck by. And obviously, we promote them heavily because of that. Open the store. No, funny enough, take a step back. Didn't even open the store. We were doing the fit out. And I think you were there actually when you were a carpenter helping me build it. And a gentleman came in. And I still remember he was our absolute first customer. And he said, I want to buy some product from you and I want you to come and do the job. Evidently, he bought some product and we weren't even open, and we went and quoted the job and we did the job, and, it moved on from there. And I thought, geez, there's a real space for this in Adelaide. And I mentioned before about industry leading with the Bathroom Pod series that we're doing. And we sort of were industry leading with the whole concept of designing and managing and constructing a business.
Yeah, well, look,
for mums and dads that are busy.
Yeah, and I remember even, a long time ago, you'd go into a Beaumont's and they'd have, 10 reputable tilers, business cards on the counter, right? And they'd sort of just, someone come in and say, oh, we're looking at doing a bathroom. And they'd say, oh, well, look, pick one of the cards off the counter and ring them up, sort of wash their hands with it a little bit.
Well, that was exactly what we didn't want to create. We wanted to create a base where we employed tilers and plumbers and carpenters. We took the worry out of it for the Mr. and Mrs. Smith coming in and looking for a package.
Yep.
And I think there was a space where people will pay for convenience. And ultimately, that's what happens. We offer that experience. We offer the convenience. We offer the one-stop shop, the warranty. And getting back to the start of the story, it just continued on, mate.
Yeah.
And as it continued on and the doors were open, we would sign more and more clients. So obviously I had to grow the business in the background with administration staff, tiling staff, plumbing staff. I've now gone into where the business is run under management, as you know.
Yeah.
It has operations level people now. And we've always promoted within. So we've grown as a micro family, really. And that's where we are today. 3 locations, and that's where it is.
So fast forwarding from the Lonsdale thing, what sort of time frame was it that you took that leap and thought, I'm going to repeat this process with Clovelly Park?
It was probably, I think, 6 years in. I would say. I think it was about 6 years in, and we were sort of at capacity at Lonsdale, and I thought, well, why not do it again? Beaumont's have done it, Bunnings have done it, National Tiles have done it, all of them have done it. So I just thought, let's go again. I got divorced in the process. That was a tough sort of setback for me, but what it was motivation. The whole idea of the second store, funny enough, without getting too sad and wishy-washy, was to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
So I went through that stage and I wanted a project to keep myself busy. So I, again, went down, rented a building, signed up, fitted it out. You helped me fit it out. And it just opened the doors and kept on growing.
Yeah.
And then West Lakes came and it was the same scenario. Let's go again. You'd had a little bit of a downturn in your life. Obviously, you mentioned with your back. Being family and stuff like that. I mean, we're from a close family, so we're always going to stick together. And I thought, why not? Let's do it. And I'm at the point probably where I'm mid-40s. I wanted to experience business with somebody else. I sort of wanted to be having fun at work, coming in and sharing.
Do you come to work, do you?
Well,
do you actually come here?
I do pop in.
Often?
I do pop in. Well, that's what I've got you for now. So,
yeah.
No. But the idea was that, mate, honestly. And then I always wanted to do something with you. We've done some other sort of developments and some other smaller businesses we've tried.
Yeah.
And this was the big one. And I thought, let's have some fun and do it together. So that was it. That's really the story, honestly.
So what about moving forward? What's your big grand plans with Bathrooms by Design? Where do you see this in 5 to 10 years' time?
Look, I always think about, the legacy sort of emotional connection with it and think we both got boys. You never know that one of them might want to take it over when we're older. Ultimately, it's my baby, so it'd be really hard to sell off to a big sort of national brand. If you ever got bought out, that would be hard. But I mean, in the short term, I'd love to keep growing. I mean, let's tell the viewers what the plan is. We're going to Parafield.
Yeah.
We're in talks to go to Parafield. I'm in talks to potentially with my
just near the airport, by the way, guys.
Partner and go up to Victor Harbour. We're thinking there was talk of some sort of satellite, sort of country, sort of smaller stores,
Yeah,
wasn't there?
yeah, there was. Yeah, yeah.
So we've got some plans in place for that. So the growth would be, in the next 2 years, we'd love to see 5 stores all up, which I think would be a significant footprint in Adelaide. I mean, currently we're doing about 700 bathroom renovations a year.
Yeah,
Get
touching
to
on
1,000 would probably be the mark, really. I mean, 1,000 bathrooms a year privately in clients' homes, dealing directly with mums and dads, is really the goal for me.
Well, touching on the volume of work, what is it that the process here? What is our process that we do? So tell the viewers. So a husband and wife come through the door on a Saturday, and they're completely lost. They've got a dodgy old leaking bathroom. What is
no idea where?
No idea, and it's overwhelming because it is for 90% of people.
Well, it is if you're not in the building space. It really is, because wet areas, as you know, they can go horribly wrong.
You're talking water, leaking taps, termites, salt damp in the walls.
What it is people think when you do a bathroom that you just need a tiler and a plumber, but you actually don't.
No.
You need tilers, plumbers, waterproofers, gyprockers, electricians. So what we sort of offer is all of that wrapped up under the Bathrooms by Design brand or banner.
Yep.
So getting back to your question, is Mr. and Mrs. Smith walk in on a Saturday afternoon and they've really got no idea. So what we actually do is we really try and create an experience for that client where we take all of the worry out of it for them.
Yeah.
So they come in, they meet our team, we guide them through the process, and it starts off at step 1 is they have a look at the showroom. They fall in love with the products. And then from there, we take 2 bookings. We do a 2 booking system. We come out to your home. One of our professionals design the bathroom with you, take care of all your needs, wants, benefits, features, what you need. We then have you in the store with one of our sales consultants. You do your selections. And then from there, we present really 2 prices for you. One for the labour component and one for the products that you've chosen from one of our 3 showrooms.
Yep.
And from there, clients sit down, we walk you through the experience and they sort of say yay or nay. Mm-hmm. But the truth, 9 out of 10 clients now, I think that's our ratio, are sort of going, look, these guys take care of it all. We're off to work. We're off to manage the kids. We've got sport.
Everyone's time poor, aren't they?
Time poor.
This day and age, it's time.
Yep.
Time is, everybody whinges they don't have the time.
Yep.
They're always, managing kids, running to sports, picking up school drop off, all of the time management, and that's
and
one
both
thing.
People are usually working now in a household because cost of living, right? I honestly believe both people are required to work.
Yep.
And more people have a busy schedule with their kids and all the outside activities. So what we tried to create...
We take that away
from
them.
And that's probably something the guys watching, if they wanted to take something away from this little intro chat, would be that's what we do. We take that away from you guys.
Yeah.
We manage it. I mean, the other thing is as well, I'm going to give you a real quick scenario before we wrap it up. A lot of people say to me, well, why us? Why us? Well, we'll look at it like this. You go and get a tiler, he does the job. You go and buy your products from somewhere else, one of our competitors. The product leaks in the wall. Who are you ringing? The tiler? The plumber? Are you ringing the manufacturer of the product? It becomes a shit show. I've heard the stories.
Well, everybody
day in, day out. The runaround, the tradie runaround.
Everyone's trying to handball the problem off to the next
No one
person
cares.
in line.
No one's overarching it.
No.
At Bathrooms by Design, we overarch the entirety of the process, which means we carry the warranty on the product, the labour, all of it. And I think that's the thing to take away. That is the thing that you ultimately are signing up for with us.
Well, every job's supervised daily, isn't it, really?
Yep. Well, as you know, you're on site at the moment.
So,
some jobs on site. We've got our full team of, what have we got, 3 supervisors?
Yeah, operations manager.
Store managers. I think we've got every bucket ticked.
Yeah.
Every aspect is looked after. I mean, that's not to say we don't do it right every time.
Oh, look,
absolutely not. And we're going to talk about that.
We're trying to improve every day. We're trying to we try and build on the feedback that we get back.
Well, we're only as good as that.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Look, we think we do a pretty good job and we offer a really good service. But throughout this series, you're going to find we're going to bring on some bad reviews, aren't we?
100%. We're going to talk about them.
We're going to
break them down and go through the issues and the problems and the day-to-day stuff that.
But mainly how we handle them.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're honest in business, I mean, look, nobody does 700 to 1,000 bathrooms a year
And doesn't get a bad review.
get a bad review.
No, exactly.
No. So we're going to address them.
And if you are, you're bullshit.
Well,
I'll call bullshit.
100%. Because it's a numbers game.
There's no one out there that's not getting 100% fair.
But we're going to run you through that process. And what I want to do as well, Luke, is I want to run them through the day today with the supervisor. We're going to get some of our supervisors on, guys, and we're going to actually walk through happy clients, difficult clients, the fundamentals of a bathroom. We're going to give people at home sort of an inside view of what it takes to create one of these pods.
Yep. Well, that's awesome. And look, I think we should probably wrap this up, and probably get back to trying to run the business, instead of having a bit of fun.
Well, that was a bit of fun, guys, and that's the intro. And look, jump on the socials if you're watching it, and if there's anything you want to know about Luke, his amazing personality, or me, drop us a line. Hit us up, let us know. And hopefully we cross paths with you guys at one of the 3 stores, West Lakes, Lonsdale and Cavilly Park.
Yeah. Well, thanks, mate. And, you've heard it straight from the actual big dog of the...
Big Dog and Little Dog signing out at the Bathroom Pod. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bathrooms by Design are the secret for complete, no-fuss, turnkey bathroom renovations. All their own trades and all the big brands. So while you're flat out with all things life, Bathrooms by Design deliver perfection.
Welcome back, guys, to our very first episode of the Bathroom Pod. I am Heath, and I am the self-appointed main host. I've got a co-host, my brother, who's my business owner. He's super excited to be here. And we've got a special guest, guys, today. We've got our first guest on, so we're super excited. We've done a couple of practice run-throughs, but this is it, guys, at the Bathroom Pod. We're down here filming at West Lakes location today. I've got a long-time friend of mine, Graham. He now represents a new industry company called Nero. And what have we got, guys? Today we've got bit of history about Graham. We're going to talk, what else, Luke? We're going to talk about product ranges. We're going to hear all about Nero's history. We're going to keep it light, guys, but we're going to give you some info on where to find the product, what the product does, features and benefits.
And how good it is.
Exactly right. Yep. Take it away, Luke. This is the part where you sort of ask the hard-hitting questions.
Firstly, I think we probably want to know a little bit of Graham's history, really, for the viewers. Graham, let's talk about that and, explain.
Well, as you guys know, I've been in the industry now for 40 years.
Wow.
So a long time. Just to give you a little bit of background, so, where my experience actually comes from. I'm actually a plumber by my trade, so...
I actually didn't know that until we started rehearsing.
Well, we are actually looking for plumbers.
We are, yeah. So, are you looking for a plumber?
No, I'm sorry, I'm completely out of plumbing now,
okay.
so...
Well, if anybody out there is watching and they are looking for a plumbing job here at Bathrooms by...
Send your resume.
We're absolutely looking for full-time plumbers. We pay above and board rates. We will take the opportunity to promote that. Great work vehicles, and as you can see, it's a fantastic culture. Graham's declined the position.
Yeah.
He's happy at Nero.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, we'll let him continue on with his history. Yeah, we took that away.
So after that, I did that for a number of years, and then I started with my father, who was also a plumber and gas fitter. I did my master's certificate and my gas fitter, so I was literally on my way to becoming a plumber. And then I was out one day with the boys one night, sort of like having a few beers, and went to sit down, and one of my mates thought it was funny to pull the chair away from me.
Oh, as in pull That's why HR and production said no chairs for Graham.
That's it. That's why I'm standing.
Didn't want to pull the chair out and hurt his back again.
So, yeah, that was a pretty severe accident. I was in traction for around about 3 months. So after that, I sort of decided to get out of the plumbing game just because, I couldn't sort of bend over and get up in ceilings anymore. So that's when I started sort of like down the track of getting into sales. So I was part of the trade side of the plumbing industry for a while, did that. I went into retail, so I was sort of like selling retail for a long
And
time.
what companies have you been at before Nero?
So before that, I was with Plumbing World, which was around a long time ago, back in the late 80s.
Plumbing World. I don't know who's Plumbing World, but that shows how old Graham really is, guys. 'cause
I was
Plumbing
actually
World
at
sort of probably.
I was at a hardware store called Barry's Hardware.
I
believe it
know
or not.
Barry's, yeah. I know Barry's. Luke and I used to, funny enough, go down to Barry's.
we were kids.
Salisbury there. On the corner.
I know,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Barry's Hardware.
So I was there for a number of years, and I mean that was actually before the Bunnings days, believe it or not. So they were sort of like the catalyst for the Bunnings hardware stores. So I did that, and then got into sort of more of a sales repping role, and then finally I got into wholesale, and that's where I love. I've been doing that now for around about 27 years. The companies that I have...
I've got 40 plus 27 plus a couple of years with his dad, so that's
no.
to about nearly 85 guys.
Well, you don't actually add them all together, you know, like. Right? So after that, I started with Novelli and Stylus. So they were the first two companies that Stylus. So
Now we are talking. We are going to add the years together.
I know.
They're long gone, guys.
well, actually, believe it or not, Coroma now owns Stylus, so they're actually still around, but Novelli are long gone. I then, after that, went into selling Impressions bathroomware, which is another company that you deal, and that's where we first met.
We picked up the relationship, really. So that's probably a really good point into leading on from Impressions bathroomware, our relationship, and then where you're at with Nero now.
So that's right. So Nero, I started a couple of years ago, and of course I came down to you and basically had a chat to see whether we could actually get Nero into your.
Well, we asked
stores.
for his history. We didn't ask for his life story.
No.
So,
well, there you go. That's a bit of a wrap up anyway.
Getting to
there
Nero.
You go.
Bring it back to Nero. So you're at Nero now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Nero's been around since 2010. Okay, so 15 years Nero have actually been around. I've only been with them for a couple of years, so
that's pretty
where
new in the industry, though, really, isn't it? That's actually a newish sort of brand.
Yeah. So where we've come from in that 15-year period is just outstanding, and I think through those sort of like COVID years that we went through, one of the good things that sort of Nero did was capitalise on the amount of stock they actually had here in the country. So where other competitors were sort of downsizing their business, Nero are actually gearing up. And that's sort of like how they had their major push.
That's probably what's led them in good stead for now, where they are in the market space, isn't it? By sort of reading that COVID period, building supply.
Yeah.
And Nero, I've heard they've got some factories over in China, haven't they?
That's right. Well, that's where everything's manufactured.
Yep.
So the company itself is...
So it's an international
It's an international company, yeah. So the factory over in China actually sits on 35,000 square metres. So it's a massive factory.
Tiny building in China.
Yeah, just a little tiny.
Space, yeah.
So there's about 300 employees over there. So it's a massive company internationally. So that particular company was established by Kevin's father, who's the owner of Nero, back in 2001. So it's an international company that were dealing in Saudi Arabia and Europe, and also now sort of like breaking into the American trade as well.
What do you think the worldwide aspect gives a client, though? What's the benefit to a client?
Well, in terms of the actual breadth of products that we have, so with dealing with all the different markets around the world, they're all different. So they all have different designs. They all have different colours. So actually bringing that into the Australian market allows us to be at the forefront.
Some of these guys.
So, yeah, we're at the forefront of basically bringing out new designs and also
industry leaders.
That's what gives us that little bit of a competitive edge. So, yeah, so that's sort of like the factory side of it. Here in Australia, we're set up with our warehouse and showroom in Melbourne. So that's where the mother company is. We deal nationally, so we've actually got agents and salespeople in every state, and we've just branched out recently into New Zealand. So we've actually set up a new showroom and warehouse.
So you're going
there.
big, flooding the market, really.
So we're definitely trying to sort of like get out there and be one of the top tapware and sort of like shower manufacturers in Australia. So,
what about, Graham, if you maybe tell some of the viewers, what are the advantages of, Nero? What separates Nero from, like you said before, Impressions or Fienza or some of the other big name brands out there?
Well, I think the first thing is that we have such a broad range of products. So we're actually currently selling around about 45,000 products into the country.
They're big numbers.
So,
to the everyday viewer, is that a lot?
That is a lot.
Because I'm hearing 45,000 and I don't even know myself. Is that a big volume?
That's
or
a
is
lot.
that a low volume?
Well, that's a lot of sort
Compared
of
to
like
others?
products. Yeah, that's a lot of products that we actually have in the market. So as you can see by some of the products behind me, this is just a snapshot of it. We actually have around about 12 different collections that you can select from. And I think that's one of the things. We have such a broad range of products.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're missing 2, but I know where you're going.
Well, these are all the different colours. So this gives the clients a good sort of snapshot of the colours. This one here is obviously one of our newer colours. This is the brushed bronze colour. Okay, so this is one of the newer colours that we just released. And as you can see, it's a really nice sort of like warm tone. The actual product is nice and heavy as well, so the quality is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you pick up some of our other competitors and they're light as a feather.
Jesus.
You can actually do,
can actually feel the weight.
some damage with that.
You can feel it out with that. But no, on a serious note, is that what makes the difference? The weight of the tap?
Yes, definitely.
No,
that
we're making a joke out.
That actually adds
is
to
that
the
what
quality.
the difference is?
That adds to the quality of the product.
It's almost like buying a diamond.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Get what you pay for.
Yes.
The old saying, if you get what you pay for.
That's right.
And that's super important, I think. I mean, you're a plumber, you're a builder, I'm a tiler. We renovate daily here at Bathrooms by Design. So, I mean, we solely believe that if you're going to put something in the wall that water runs through, absolutely, you want to get a superior product.
Good quality product. Well, the thing is, like with your...
What are the warranties? While we're on good products
Yeah,
and talking quality, like Luke said, what's the features, the benefits? Tell the viewers what the warranties are.
Well, the good thing about our warranty is it's 25 years. Now, I'm not going to be around in 25
To the 40, to the 15, to the... No.
But I'm not going to be around in 25 years.
We
But
still
at 20,
will be. So if Graham drops dead, because if we've added all his years together, he's in dog years about 150.
I know, that's right.
Luke and I at Bathrooms by Design are absolutely still here to stand
Still
by.
be here slaving away.
We're still here trying to sell Nero Tapware to you guys.
So yeah, I mean, you've obviously got to give a good warranty to your clients when they're doing a bathroom renovation. So having a good warranty behind you as well makes the difference.
And that's probably one of the reasons, really, why we formed that partnership with Nero, isn't it? Because of the warranties.
Well, I mean, we go back to the friendship. That's the starting point, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, you want good quality products in your showrooms. Like you're got to sell these products to your customers.
Believe in the product as well, right?
That's right.
It's going in someone's bathroom, and we offer the warranties and the services, and all the aftercare stuff with it. So
exactly, yeah.
If you're going to offer the 25-year warranty, I think that's that's a good
that's something we want to be affiliated with, really, long term. Luke and I are here for a long, long time. Really, you won't be, but we will be. So we really want to make sure that we can offer that kind of level to our clients at Bathrooms by Design.
Exactly. And I think that's sort of like one of the sort of major differences between us as a company and a lot of our competitors as well. So
don't say competitors. We don't want to hear about competitors here. I just throw that
that's
out.
right. We're friends, aren't we? Yeah, that's right.
We're not interested in anybody's competitors.
So how, Graham, did the partnership with Nero start then with Bathrooms by Design?
Well, Heath and I have been friends now for about a decade or so. Originally, I was with Decina and Impressions, as I said, which sort of like opened the door originally to get in. Okay, so that's where our affiliation started. So we started at Lonsdale. Again, that was probably 8-9 years ago. Then, of course, we did the next store, which was Clovelly Park. And then recently, in the last 6 months or so, we sort of like have done this Westlake store. Which
We've got this. This is it.
Which you can see behind me here. This is the new displays that we've just done.
The greatest boards in this store.
So this is by far our best sort of like showroom displays, and we are going to replicate that through the other stores. So this will be part of our presentation to your customers every time they go into one of your stores. We'll have the same displays throughout.
But ultimately, our viewers and our customers can find the Nero product at our Westlake store, which we're at today, Clovelly Park, and at Lonsdale.
Correct, yes.
And ultimately, we want all the displays the same with all of the range.
That's right. So the more product that we can have on display, and that's one of the things with clients, I think, if they can see the product, they can really understand what the differences are between all of the others.
Still the touch and feel thing, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Look at the ranges
Design.
that are in front of us. Like, you can't see that online and go, oh, I like that. without seeing it in person,
yeah.
you know, because you want to be able to touch the lever, feel it, feel the product, see the colour range.
That's right.
Well, that's
I
the
think that's
benefit
it,
for investing in the displays in the 3 locations, isn't it?
Well, that's what I've found sort of like as the years are going on. So we've only been sort of going, 2 years with us with the Nero side of it. And I've noticed myself the sales have increased dramatically just having these displays in your showroom so people can see it. Not only do we have these ones here, but of course we have product in your bathroom pods, which, pardon the pun, but we're doing it.
Bathroom pods on the bathroom.
But you can see that customers can walk in and actually look at the different pods and see their
size.
It is. Yeah.
Everything here in this showroom is a real life size bathroom.
And I think that sort of sets you apart from everybody else as well because
there it goes again, talking about anybody else. We don't want to be talking about anybody else. We're Bathrooms by Design, West Lakes, Lonsdale and Clovelly, guys.
But that actually sets you apart, okay? And that's why we wanted to be associated with you as well, because you have the lifestyle bathrooms here where people can have a look. And really for a customer, that's what they want to see. I know I would, because sometimes it's very hard to imagine what your bathroom's going to look like. So when you can see it in the flesh, it must make it much easier. So that's one of the other reasons that we sort of wanted to be associated with you guys.
Well, look, we want to thank you, Graham, for, giving us the time of day, coming onto the first episode of, Bathroom Pod, and obviously, supporting all of our showrooms, putting Nero in all of them, So thanks heaps for coming on and, much appreciated, Graham.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Graham, honestly. And as you know, Graham's been around for a while, guys. So let's get around Nero. Let's support it. Where else, to wrap it up, can we find Nero? Adelaide Building Home Ideas Centre.
That's right. So
Nero.com.au, is that what it is? I just want to get that right.
Yeah.
Bathrooms by Design, West Lakes, Clovelly Park and Lonsdale. I'm sure you guys check out the socials for Nero.
Yeah, we're on Instagram and LinkedIn, all those sort of socials. Yeah,
spots, guys.
And if you're in Melbourne by chance, that's open to the public as well.
It's a good opportunity to go and have a look at everything for sure.
And if somebody's genuinely interested in Nero, we're going to do some follow-up episodes, I think.
I hope so. Yeah.
We're going to do some stuff about their care range.
Yeah, all the different collections.
We're going to do all the colours, the ranges. We're going to sort of drill right down on it. But today was just more the intro. So, Graham, thanks so much.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very
Sorry,
much.
thank you, chair, mate.
Cheers.
Hope your back's all right.
That's
right. And send through that plumbing resume, guys.
Bathrooms by Design is the secret for complete, no-fuss, turnkey bathroom renovations. All their own trades and all the big brands. So while you're flat out with all things life, Bathrooms by Design deliver perfection.
Welcome back, guys, to the first episode of the Bathroom Pod. We've just had an amazing chat with one of our top-tier suppliers, Graham from Nero, and we are now welcoming our second segment, which every week or every episode, what we're going to do is we're going to bring on a staff member for you guys so that you can sort of understand the team, who we work with, who we are, a little bit about me, a little bit about Luke. But today we've got our store manager from our West Lakes store, Damien. His name is actually Damon. And Luke's going to sort of ask him some real hard-hitting, riveting questions about his personal life, about the direction he wants to go in, about working for us too. And it's going to be a bit of fun, guys, for you guys. But when you see him in Foodland at West Lakes or you see him in the store, come and say hi and say, look, we saw you on that amazing Bathroom Pod video, and we now know a lot more about Damon than we did before. So let's get straight into it.
Yeah, I suppose. How about, Damon, you just tell some of those viewers out there a little bit about yourself and, a bit about your family life, personal life, what's it like here at Bathrooms by Design?
What's it like working for us too with two absolute split personalities?
You got time for this? Or yeah. Yeah. Look,
Damon shouldn't talk about time, guys. He's late every day.
Almost every day.
Time's probably not his friend.
Having two young kids makes that hard when you're getting, baby vomit all over your clothes. True story. It's gross. But yeah, where do you start? I'm a family man at heart, first and foremost. I've got two beautiful kids. My boy's 3. My girl is just turning 5 months, and a astonishingly beautiful wife. I'm very blessed to have them all in my life.
This is where we need that background music where they go, ooh.
Oh, yeah, we need the... Yeah. Get that rosy, hazy background.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll do the sounds. Okay.
Go.
Beautiful wife.
Beautiful wife.
Ooh.
And, But, look, and I'm Adelaide born and raised, but I've been living across the eastern seaboard for call it 14 years. So I only moved back home middle of last year.
So where's home? How close to here? You're at West Lakes?
Yeah,
West
well, the
Lakes.
store here is on the West Lakes Boulevard.
Yep.
But my family home is just behind the commercial park over here.
Yeah, right.
In Hendon. So quite literally
I
a
actually
street
didn't know
away.
you live so close.
I grew up, this is my old stomping ground. It's funny how the world turns. So I've been away for so long and I get to
All around
be
Australia
right
and
back
you're
home.
back here.
Pretty much.
In one street of where you work.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Good for petrol anyway.
Well, I mean, if I lived there, it'd be great. I'm half an hour away now, but where I used to be. And I've had an amazing sort of time away, just learning and meeting incredible people.
And then you met us.
And then I met you boys.
So one of the things I wanted people to know about from a management point of view, what was it like being entrusted with the new store opening that Luke and I opened?
Look, it was always going to be a big challenge, especially A, being a brand new location, B, knowing that you got the HQ at Lonsdale, you've got the second location at Clovelly Park, and obviously those two are performing rather well. The first 12 months for Clovelly, that was quite a strong opening and a strong beginning. So I knew the pressure would be on to get these wheels turning as efficiently, or if not better, if possible. So coming in to the new location with such a huge opportunity, but obviously quite a large expectation around making it work, was always going to be uphill from the get-go. But it's been a really good experience having the support of you guys, even though it's a very different dynamic between the two of you, because
Because Luke's boring
totally
and I'm
different.
sort of not, you mean?
You said it, not me.
Yeah,
and
I understand what you're saying there.
yeah, but it's been really good. And obviously with a new store comes an awful lot of new challenges, because no two locations are different. They're the same, but it's
Well, you used the word a minute ago, expectation.
yeah.
Let's drill down on that. And obviously, we're about promoting you, and we're about promoting the brand and the store. So Luke, why don't you sort of talk to Damon about expectation of a client
Yeah, like for new clients coming into the
and meeting you?
what is it what's the expectation that they receive by coming into here? What separates Bathrooms by Design apart from a Beaumont tile, say?
Okay, yeah, great. It's a good question. It's got a few facets to it. I think the biggest thing for us is, the biggest point of difference at least, is having the space with the pods that are in place, so you can come in and rather than having just a visual idea or a Pinterest thing on your phone or what have you, coming in and being able to see what things actually look like in a 3D space. So you've got 12 pods here, plus an entire tile room down the back from National Tiles. It's not the exhaustive range, but it's definitely the greatest hits. We have an amazing time. So being able to bring customers through who sometimes can't come in with a fully fleshed out idea of what they want it to look like, being able to walk into these and say, oh, that looks like that, or that works like that.
Well, they're
towel
real
rail
life
is-
size bathrooms, aren't they?
Well, it is. They're
So-
all about 2.4 by 2.6, so a pretty average sort of bathroom space. But what's gone into them is real time, and it's the products that people want to have in their bathrooms, or they've seen, and they really would love to see what they're actually looking like beyond just being on a screen or in a catalogue. So that's probably the biggest point of difference from us to most other people or other businesses, I should say. That are
So
in the
that's the
space.
expectation that a client can sort of get. They can come in, walk through, touch, feel.
They
From
can be in
a manager's point of view, though, we want to know what you deliver as a manager to our clients. That's something that I'm interested in.
Okay.
Your answer to Luke and I is super important in that space, because, I mean, we know what we expect.
Yeah, sure.
But the people at home watching on YouTube or flicking through the socials
Yep.
or watching the Bathroom Pod episodes, tuning into our little series that we're creating, I want them to really understand what they're going to get from the manager of the store.
Yeah, and so probably what's the first step, right? The minute they walk through the doors and they approach the counter, talk us through how you guide them through this, amazing
Your leadership.
showroom.
Yeah, your leadership.
Sure.
Like they've come in totally, okay, hi guys, I'm just after a bathroom. So what's the next step that you sort of obviously hold their hand through the process and, maybe talk us through that process?
Well, for me, the biggest factor around doing a selection is just spending the earliest time getting an idea. Because, yeah, you're right. People, I'm doing a bathroom. I'm renovating a bathroom. Great. What then? They know they need a shower, need a bath. They know they want some tiles. But most people will walk in with an idea of what they kind of want, but it's not a fully fleshed out idea. So often there are a lot of gaps in that conversation. So if you come in and we go through and do a selection process, we're going through and we're spending time making sure your tiles are exactly the way that you'd like them to look. And again, having the pods, you can see what they look like real time. So going through and sort of following the sort of steps, I've got a bit of a...
And you sort of guide them as the manager, don't you?
Oh, very much.
And obviously you've got staff under you here. You've got Phil who works side by side with you.
Yep.
We obviously filter through some other staff from other stores on different days.
Yep.
But being the manager at the helm of the ship, that's an important role.
I think so, because there's a lot of people that come in, and it's a big spend for them to do a bathroom.
Absolutely.
It's a big spend. It's a big job. Oftentimes it's the only bathroom that they've got in the house, so it's got to be done either urgently, immediately, or it just needs to be done to keep up with times and family growth and what have you. So being able to give people that confidence, for me as a manager, to make sure that the store continues to support the people that come through the doors. Like you said, Phil, he's fantastic to work with. We've had a lot of really good times, and teaching him the things that I've learned along the way, but other things that, he's brought into the store with his experiences and his knowledge around being able to hold people's hands and use that.
So you like to hold people's hands?
Often.
Yeah. No, just wanted to hone back in on that as well.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about the process. That's about the expectation. That's a little bit about the store. Thanks for coming on. I want to wrap it up, Luke, and do a little bit of rapid fire sort of stuff with Damon. Okay, yeah, this is actually completely off script.
I like it.
So we're going to fire a couple of questions at you, so the
There's
people
a
at
script,
home
is there?
can. Well, there's absolutely no script. This is completely made up as we go. But the exciting thing is we want people to know everything about you. So
Okay.
I'm just going to hit you with some questions. Luke's going to hit you with some questions.
Yeah.
That we're going to thank you for coming on.
Perfect.
And you're going to hopefully go back to work and make some sales. So what I want to know, favourite colour,
Green.
favourite number,
3.
favourite song.
Oh, that's a really tough one.
It feels like I'm on a date, but it's not a date.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a muso, so I like a lot of music. I've got a favourite song.
No favourite song.
No
favourite
favourites.
movie.
Batman Begins.
Most exciting thing that's ever happened to you working at Bathrooms by Design.
Opening this store, the grand opening party, and the whole experience of all of that.
That's a good answer. I'm happy with that one. The worst thing about working for Luke and I.
Being late and copping shit for it.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up on there, guys.
Thanks,
That's
Damo.
Tell us about what you do outside of work. I've heard you're a ballroom dancer. Show us what you can do. If you want to do a little twist, tell us about it. Tell people you're a natural born performer.
I'm a show off. Yeah, first and foremost. But yeah, I'm
Kind of like Luke then as well.
Oh,
Very
spot on.
similar personality. Both extroverted.
Come on,
You
come
can
on.
see.
I'm a competitive ballroom and Latin dancer. I haven't competed for a little while,
Fantastic.
but it's been fun. So that's one of the things that took me across to Melbourne and the Gold Coast for 14 years is just having opportunities, training with certain people, competing. Been overseas and had some wonderful time in Denmark and Germany as well, training and learning. And so outside of work, I'm
An avid ballroom dancer.
Yeah.
And of
Work,
many
right?
talents.
it's been a part of my life for a long, long time. So it's hard to get away from it. But yeah.
So hear that, guys. Here and now, if anybody wants to come in and talk about taps or ballroom dancing, come in and see us at West Lakes, Bathrooms by Design, and you'll see Damon. And to wrap it up, he's going to do a little, what's the wording, pirouette sort of setup for us. Show us what you can do, maybe, before we say thank you for your time.
Want to break the set over here? Okay.
Wow.
Boom.
There it is, guys. Thanks for coming on, Damon.
Appreciate it,
Really
boys.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's been great. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
guys.
mate.
They all say it isn't possible to have a no-fuss turnkey bathroom renovation. Bathrooms by Design are the secret. Complete turnkey bathrooms from design to completion. All their own trades, all the big brands, and just look at these showrooms. So while you're flat out with all things life, Bathrooms by Design deliver perfection. Bathrooms by Design. Complete turnkey bathrooms without the fuss. Bathrooms by Design.